Hello everyone, welcome back to another guitar lesson. Today I'm going to show you how to take your old junk and turn it into gold. Meaning, we're going to look at some old guitar solo ideas, some riffs, some licks, any of the stuff that you find yourself playing over and over and over and feel very frustrated by playing it over and over and over. We're going to break into those licks and then I'm going to show you the what, why, and how, meaning what is this lick, why does it sound good, and how do I apply it elsewhere on the guitar. And by taking the what, why, and how out of every single lick, it's gonna give us dozens of new applications and tons of new soloing ideas just out of old junk. So let's dive in. So to start, I wanna take a look at a classic blues lick, right? Tell me how many times you've heard this. Right? So many blues records start like that. People use it as a soloing idea, right? There's some of my favorite B.B. King songs are just right? So many players use this lick. So let's break into the what, why, and how. Now, what is this lick? Well, okay. First I wanna say, what is going on here? Why does it sound good? How do I apply it? I'm saying this is a blues lick, and I'm playing it over an A blues in this case. So I say, okay, I'm gonna play that lick over an A7, which is my one chord in a blues. So I go, great, there's my what. Now the why. Why does it sound good? Very simple process here. I just want to go through and analyze every single note in context to the chord of the moment. Meaning I'm playing this lick over my one chord A7. So I'm going to analyze all those notes against A. So I have A, okay, here's my root. Now I'm going hammering on to that major third. So minor third to major third. And then fifth, sixth, root. So I go, okay, interesting. I'm going basically root, sliding into the third, 5, 6, back to 1. If you're having trouble figuring out like, oh, this is the root, this is the third, this is the fifth, what is going on inside those chords, if that is confusing to you, I recommend checking out my masterclass Back to Basics. It's available on my website. And this class covers literally everything that you need for a solid foundation to understand all this stuff. It's going to teach you everything from triads to seventh chords to arpeggios to keys. It's really going to give you everything that you need to know in order to really succeed with this more conceptual approach on the guitar. The link to sign up is below in the description. I'll see you there. So check this out. At the heart of this lick, I'm basically just going, which is literally root, third, fifth, root. It's just an A major triad. So I go, interesting. So whoever thought of this lick probably started by going just up and down the arpeggio, and they were like, well, it sounds a little boring. So how can I make this sound more bluesy? Well, we all know that hammer on from the minor third to the major third is like the staple blues sound, right? So they went, okay, here's my A major triad. Now I'm gonna play that same thing, but approach the third from 1 fret below. Still doesn't feel quite right, right? So we're gonna add in that one passing tone, which happens to be the 6th of A to the root. So check this out. I could take a couple things out of this. I could go, okay, well, the idea of just playing a root position triad arpeggio sounds great, sounds amazing. Now I want to take it to the next level. I'm going to incorporate that half step approach to the third. So check us out. This is going to be the golden nugget. Root, approach the third from 1 half step below, and then finish the lick. All I'm really focused on here is that idea of approaching the third from 1 fret below, because it's the staple sound of that lick, right? That is the meat and potatoes of that lick to me. So now here's the how. How do I apply this to other places? This is the golden nugget of this idea. So I say, cool, I have a chord. I want to make a lick out of it. So I'm going to use the arpeggio, because that's what we did here. And I'm going to approach the third from 1 fret below. New scenario, new song, different key. Let's say we're in the key of C minor now, right? And I could have, okay, I'm going to try to use that same exact idea over a minor chord. And you might go, well, that was a major lick, right? Doesn't matter. I'm just taking the concept out of that lick and applying it to something else. So here I go, okay, here's my C minor arpeggio, root, third, fifth, root. Easy. Now I'm going to use that idea of approaching the third from 1 fret below. So instead of, I'll now have, and maybe I don't play that high note, maybe I just play, Such a beautiful melodic idea. I might start my solo like that, right? Say we're in C minor. Right, say we go to F minor next. Right, I'll use that same thing. Here's my F minor arpeggio. Here's my root, third, fifth. So I'm gonna target that third. Amazing. Right, you can really use this anywhere you want. This is the whole point of this whole idea is we're taking one idea from an old lick that we use all the time, take a golden nugget out of it, and then apply it to something else, right? And the amount of mileage I've had out of using this concept, it's freaking insane. Like, I wish I could convey how many licks I've generated from old licks I learned in high school just using this idea. So let's take this idea one step further, right? Maybe I say, okay, well, the original idea we had a bend at the end of it. Okay, cool. So what is going on with that bend? I'm bending from here, the seventh, up to the root. So, okay, I'm gonna take that same idea as before, approaching the third, but now when I end my lick, I'm gonna bend up from either the flat seven or the major seven, whichever chord I'm playing over, and see how that sounds. So again, let's go back to our C minor, and I'll have my, and now I said I gotta bend up to the root to finish the lick. From, in this case, the flat seven. So now I have, now check this out. Maybe I say, what happens if I take that whole lick idea and put it in reverse? So now instead of, I'll flip the whole thing around and we get this. Woo! Even just that is sick, right? Holy shit. It almost sounds like a song idea, like right? So already you can see, like, in real time I'm coming up with a new song idea out of taking a blues lick and saying, what's going on? How do I use it? Why does it sound good? Putting all that information into a different context, right? This truly was like, I wish someone would have shown me this whole idea earlier, because this has just changed my playing forever. It's changed my playing from a compositional standpoint, from an improvisational standpoint, and just from like a knowledgeable standpoint on the instrument. Like, I used to think, oh cool, I learned this one solo, this one lick, and that's all I can do with it. I can just play that lick when I play this solo, right? Or maybe I play that lick when I hear this one kind of chord, but no one ever gave me permission to go, oh, well, let's see what's under the hood and see how many different places we can use this, right? So I really want you to run with this idea. Take it to all of your old favorite licks. Again, get as creative as you want with it. You know, I just said, cool, what happens if we take that idea, flip it upside down and invert it, right? And we have all these new sounds now. So there's a whole lot more to this. Again, I'm really just giving you the little golden nugget here, and now you need to go figure out what you want to do with your new gold. Now, one more idea I like to use a lot, which also has that same snowball effect, is just going to keep layering and layering, give you more and more tools and ideas to work with, is something that I call, what do I call this? I don't really call this anything yet, so we're going to call it stealing the melodic rhythm, okay? So we're going to look at a melody or a lick, and we're going to break it into a couple different pieces of information. And doing this is, again, going to generate a ton of licks. So the example I always like to use is the melody from Stevie Wonder's Isn't She Lovely, right? We have, so all I'm going to do is take the first half of that melody. We're just going to take the, that's all we're going to work with. Now, here is the fun part. Sure, we know the melody now, but what I want to do is I want to just take the rhythm out of this melody. So I'm not concerned about the notes or what's going on. I'm just concerned about 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. ta, 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 ta. Keep it going. Okay, cool. With that rhythm in mind, let's go back to our blues, right? Say we're going, and I have to solo. I'm gonna use that same melody in my head, just the rhythm, and put different notes to it. So again, 1, 2, ba, 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 ba. Here we go, ready? So you notice right away, I can come up with different sounding patterns purely based on rhythm. And this is something guitar players don't usually focus on. We're always so focused on, playing a bunch of notes and what the notes are doing, and we're not really thinking about the rhythm. And rhythm, debatably, to me, is the most important part of music. So what magic really happens here is when you take a couple different of your favorite songs, melodies, sing them in your head, and then play a blues solo over that, right? Another example I always use is Britney Spears' Oops, I Did It Again, right? Just taking the rhythm of the chorus, right? We have, oops, I did it again. Dun, ba, 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 whatever it is, right? So let's just sing Oops, I Did It Again in our heads, but solo using the blues scale because we're playing over a blues, right? So here we go. Oops, I did it again, but no one knows it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so you can see okay, no one knows. I mean, right now because you just heard me singing Oops, I Did It Again first. But if you were just at a bar gig and I was soloing on stage, there's no way you'd be like, wow, that dude's ripping Britney Spears, right? Because we're just putting different notes to a rhythm. You could even combine the two. You could start with Isn't She Lovely, go into Oops, I Did It Again, and then whatever songs you want. One of your own original songs. Sing the melody in your head, just take the rhythm out. Right? Now the last idea I want you to start thinking about is we're going to use that same Isn't She Lovely melody, but we're just going to look at what the notes are doing around where we're starting. But we're just focused now on the direction of the melody. So check this out. The melody starts here, goes up, back down, and then down, and then down. So I go, okay, what if I use that as just a visual shape for generating a new lick? Starting note, we go up, down, down, down. Okay, interesting. Maybe I start again on the blues. I'm gonna go start here, go up, and then down, down, down. So now we have, right? I could reverse that. I could go down, up, up, up. I could go, right? Endless ideas here. And really all these things are just little creative nuggets to start encouraging you to break out of the things that we always play, right? And there's so much information under your nose right now with the licks and the knowledge you already have. You don't have to go learn a billion new licks to start soloing and sounding different than you do right now. You just need to break into what you have already, right? And this is a concept that has fascinated me forever because the amount of times I've recycled old ideas and turned them into really exciting new ideas is absolutely insane. So you're perfectly equipped with what you got right now. Even if you're a beginner and you only know 2 or 3 licks, that's all you need, right? There's so much gold inside your fingers right now. And it's just a matter of realizing it and accessing it and then using it. So use your own gold, baby. You got it. If you're enjoying my lessons on YouTube and would like to further support me, check out my website, thedonutdoctormusic.com. It's home to over 500 of my guitar lessons, including 15 full-length masterclasses and guided learning pathways that take you through every step, make sure that you have exactly what you need. I tell you what to practice, how to practice it, when to move on. It's very structured, so it's not just like, here's a lick, learn this, play this because you should, right? It's very detailed. I put a lot of effort into it and I'm very excited to share it with you. So check it out, thedonutdoctormusic.com. Also, as always, you already know the spiel. Please subscribe. It truly does help me out more than you know. And I like to see y'all back here. I like seeing the same names on my videos, familiar faces. It's always a comforting thing, especially here on the internet. It's such a expansive abyss of knowledge and people and guitar videos. So I like having my own little community on the internet, and I'm stoked that you're a part of it. I'll catch you later.